Want to explore Paris without spending a fortune? We are outside the map, and today we'll show you how to discover its most beautiful corners. Take postcard-perfect photos, eat well, and get around like a local, all while spending just enough and not missing out on the best experiences. Today, we're going to show you how to travel cheaply in Paris without sacrificing the experience. From how to get into museums for free and get around the city without overspending, to where to eat for just a few euros and the best spots for unforgettable photos. When to travel to Paris for the best experience. Paris is beautiful all year round. But if you want to avoid crowds and save money, not all seasons are the same. The low season from January to March and also November is ideal if you're looking for peace and lower prices. There are fewer tourists, flights and many entrance fees are cheaper, and you can enjoy the city without long lines. That said, it's cold, so dress warmly and take advantage of indoor activities like museums, cafes, bookstores, and walks along the Seine with a hat and gloves. If you prefer milder weather without paying high season prices, the best choice is to travel in spring or autumn, especially between April and June or September and October. Paris literally blooms in spring. Parks are full of color, the days get longer, and the city's pace becomes gentler. In autumn, the city turns golden and red, creating a magical atmosphere for strolls. Also, during these seasons, prices haven't spiked yet, and you can find good deals if you book early. July and August are the most expensive and crowded months. Many people travel to Paris in summer, especially during school holidays, which means higher prices, long lines, and heat. Plus, many Parisians leave the city in August, and some businesses close. One extra tip. If you can, visit the most popular tourist spots during weekdays. Museums like the Louvre or Versailles are much calmer on a Tuesday or Wednesday than on a Saturday. And walking through Montmartre on a Monday morning is a completely different experience than doing it on a Sunday afternoon. Getting around Paris cheaply and easily. Getting around Paris can be cheap and very easy if you know which option to choose. If you're staying more than 3 days, the Navigo Découverte weekly pass is the best investment. For about 30 euros, you get unlimited travel on the metro, buses, trams, and trains within the entire Paris area and surroundings, including places like Versailles and Disneyland. Keep in mind this pass is sold for fixed full weeks, Monday to Sunday, so if you're arriving midweek, for example on a Wednesday, it's worth checking what option suits you best, since the pass would only cover Wednesday to Sunday, and you'd need to buy a new one starting Monday. If you're only staying a couple of days, you can buy a carnet of 10 tickets, which is cheaper than buying single fares. There's also a daily ticket, ideal if you plan to travel a lot in one day. The transport system is very efficient. The metro covers almost the entire city, and buses let you see Paris as you get around. Both options are safe, fast, and easy to use. Using Google Maps or the RATP app makes it even simpler to navigate. But remember, it's not all about hopping on a train. Paris is a perfect city for walking. Some routes between tourist spots are so short it's worth walking them. For example, from Notre Dame to the Louvre, there's a beautiful walk along the Seine. And walking through neighborhoods like Le Marais, Saint-Germain, or Montmartre lets you discover corners the metro never shows you. Walking is not only free, it's also one of the best ways to get to know the soul of Paris. Free entrance and discounts to main attractions. Paris can be one of the most expensive cities in the world, but if you know when and how to visit its main attractions, you can enjoy a lot without spending much. To start, national museums are free on the first Sunday of every month, including some of the most famous ones like the Louvre, the Musée d'Orsay, and the Centre Pompidou. That said, it's best to arrive early because it gets crowded. A heads up, if you plan to visit the Pompidou, due to the renovation of its iconic building, visiting hours and conditions will change starting Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. From July 2nd to September 22nd, 2025, some areas will be restricted. We recommend checking their official website for the latest updates. If you're under 26 and a citizen or resident of the European Union, you're in luck. You get free entry to almost all national museums and monuments year-round. This includes places like the Louvre, Versailles, the Arc de Triomphe, and more. Just bring a valid ID to prove it. But not everything interesting in Paris has an entrance fee. Some of the most iconic places are completely free. The Sacré-Cœur Basilica, atop Montmartre, is open without charge, and its stairs offer one of the best views of the city. Notre Dame Cathedral remains a must-see to admire its architecture from the outside. You can also enter Saint-Eustache for free, a less-known but impressive church near Les Halles. For great views without paying, there are free viewpoints like the terrace at Galerie Lafayette, where you can see the Eiffel Tower, or Parc de Belleville, one of the city's best-kept secrets. Additionally, there are many free walking tours through charming and historic neighborhoods like Montmartre, Le Marais, or the Latin Quarter. These are guided by locals and operate on a voluntary tip basis. A great way to explore the city with context without breaking your budget. Eating well and cheap in Paris. Eating in Paris doesn't have to empty your wallet. In fact, with a few tricks, you can enjoy French cuisine without spending more than necessary. A classic, tasty, and affordable option is the boulangerie. These bakeries are all over the city and sell sandwiches made with crispy baguettes, homemade quiches, filled croissants, and sweet or savory crepes. Everything costs between 3 and 6 euros, making them perfect for a quick lunch or a Parisian-style snack. Another very useful alternative is supermarkets, where you'll find ready-to-eat meals, salads, cold pastas, hot dishes ready to take away, and desserts. It's practical, cheap, and perfect if you want something on the go or to improvise a picnic. Speaking of eating well without overspending, many restaurants offer what they call formules midi, lunch menus that for about 10 to 15 euros include a main dish, starter, or dessert, and sometimes even a drink. These are common Monday through Friday at lunchtime and are a great way to try typical dishes without paying dinner prices. A great tip if you want to save even more is to use the app Too Good To Go. Many restaurants, bakeries, and shops sell their fresh, unsold products at the end of the day for very low prices. You just have to reserve through the app and pick up your surprise bag. And to top it all off, a picnic with a view, grab something delicious and sit down at spots like the Champ de Mars in front of the Eiffel Tower, Canal Saint-Martin, Jardin du Luxembourg, or even the Hill of Montmartre. Good food, great scenery, and no spending on tips or utensils. What more could you ask for? The best free spots for amazing photos. Paris is an incredibly photogenic city, and you don't need to spend a thing to take spectacular pictures. You just need to know where to go and at what time. One of the most impressive spots is the Trocadero at sunrise. Yes, you have to get up early, but you'll get the best view of the Eiffel Tower without the crowds. Taking the first metro of the day or a quiet walk there, with the city waking up, is totally worth it. The soft morning light makes every photo look like a postcard. Another hidden gem is Rue de l'Université, right in the 7th arrondissement. From there, you can see the Eiffel Tower framed by a typical Parisian street, with elegant buildings and old-fashioned street lamps. It's one of those corners that seem made for Instagram. In the heart of the city, amidst the hustle and bustle, there's a little trip back in time. The covered passages like Passage des Panoramas and Passage Jouffroy. These are old arcades with glass roofs, curious shops, and soft lighting. Perfect for photos with a vintage yet Parisian vibe. Pont Alexandre III deserves a special mention. Probably the most beautiful bridge in Paris, with its golden lamps, sculptures, and open views of the Seine and the Eiffel Tower. It's romantic, elegant, and completely free. If you're looking for something more natural and with fewer tourists, head to Parc des Buttes-Chaumont. It's one of Paris's most unique parks, with hills, a small lake, a suspension bridge, and panoramic city views. Quiet, green, and photogenic in every season. And for photos with a bohemian touch, nothing beats Canal Saint-Martin. Reflections on the water, metal bridges, trees, graffiti, and cafes. Perfect for capturing that less touristy, more authentic, and charming Paris. Extra tips to fully enjoy Paris. Paris is a city to savor slowly, not to rush through ticking off lists. My first piece of advice, don't try to see it all. The city is huge and full of wonders, but there's no need to rush or want to cover everything in just one trip. Instead, choose your favorite neighborhoods carefully and enjoy them deeply. Whether it's Le Marais, Saint-Germain, Montmartre, or the Latin Quarter, each has its own personality and charm. A great plan is to explore the local markets, where Parisian life feels authentic and vibrant. The Marché d'Aligre is famous for its mix of fresh food stalls, flowers, and antiques, while the Marché Bastille offers organic products and regional specialties. These are perfect spots to try cheeses, breads, fruits, and soak up the local atmosphere. If you have a Navigo pass, a great tip is to take the river bus on the Seine. It works like public transport. So it's free with the pass and gives you a unique perspective of Paris from the water, without paying for a typical tourist cruise. For art lovers, the Louvre stays open late on Fridays, and there are far fewer people then. It's an ideal chance to explore its galleries more quietly and enjoy its masterpieces without the crowd noise. Want something different? Visit the Père Lachaise and Montmartre cemeteries. Not only are they free, but they're full of history, art, and architecture. Plus, they're very photogenic, with impressive tombs and monuments and peaceful spots to rest. And finally, a priceless tip. Enjoy Paris without being glued to your phone screen. The city has a special energy, a magic that's best felt when you experience it with all your senses, not just worrying about photos. Allow yourself to get lost, listen, smell, and simply be present. That's what makes Paris unforgettable. Getting around cheaply, eating well, enjoying art for free, and capturing postcard-worthy photos without spending a fortune, Paris is totally doable if you know the right secrets and plan your trip well. Do you know more tips to help other travelers discover Paris on a budget? Leave them in the comments, and if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and share it with someone who dreams of visiting Paris. Do you still think you can explore Europe on a tight budget? We invite you to watch these videos on our channel. See you there!